Okay. Yeah, I believe we are back. Just going to wait until I can see it live on YouTube. Yep, looks like we're good. So, this is after we kind of finished sorting a whole bunch of cards. We have some of the old cards to go ahead and add in into the sets that we had scanned in the live streams. So yeah, I kind of sorted through stuff. I mean, some of them there's not like, okay, so I have like 4 Weatherlight cards to add in, right? There's a Foreign Legends card, which is kind of interesting. But like, I have quite a few of these ones. I can't remember, fourth edition, fourth and then fifth edition, I think. Which kind of makes me wonder where's first, second, and third edition, because you have Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, and Revised. So are they saying Alpha and Beta are first edition, Unlimited is second edition, Revised is third edition, and then this is fourth and this is fifth? Maybe. So anyway, at the same time, I kind of want to do a quick review. So it looks like we're up $10 since I kind of started all this stuff. 7 of that's in the rare cards. Those are actually rares that from later sets than these ones, right? So this is all stuff where they didn't put a rare symbol on the cards. We're probably eventually going to get rid of that rare and mythic set there. It was kind of, as I was testing through stuff, I figured I might as well just scan all the cards I knew were rare and see if anything was worth anything. Some were. So revised is uh up $6. Right. If I look at what's up in there, uh let's not do sort by price. Let's do sort by value change, which is going to tell us what's up in price. Land of War Elves is back up above $1. Of course it is. So, you can see not much has changed. Like Swords to Plowshares is up a little bit. Sacrifice is up a tiny bit. Uh, a couple other cards are up a little bit. What's down? What is down? Uh, Earthbind. Down 7 cents. I have a whole bunch of those. Lightning Bolt's down a little bit. A couple other cards. Red Elemental Blast is down 2 cents. When you multiply that by 13, that's a little bit. But overall, like most stuff, is up. Um, let's go ahead. We're going to scan revised to start with. What do I have in here? I think I just had stuff that I had kind of was like damaged cards that I was scanning. So start with Circle of Protection Green. 2, 3, 4. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't know why. I just randomly had 10 Circle Protection Greens all in a row. Yeah, we can see. So 4th edition. Yeah, you don't have the symbol. I can't really see. Yeah, that's 1995. So this is 4th edition. So earlier I kind of wasn't sure if it was 4th edition or not. So it's revised. It's worth 7 cents. Ironically, you can see 4th edition, it would be worth actually a penny more. That's just because revised had terrible printing. It's so if you have a card that's in revised and you have it in 4th edition, it probably looks better in 4th edition than it does in revised. So It's just kind of sad. But so none of these cards are. I doubt any of this is going to be worth anything, but we'll see. Like, I think the only card that even has a chance, maybe this bottle. What is this? Like, I mean, that might be the most expensive card right there. It's 55 cent. Uh, yeah, it's an island, though. The beta island is worth more. The fourth edition island is worth more. I'm sure the Mirage Island is worth more. Tempest Island is worth more. Like every other island's worth more. Yeah, okay. So this is a rare card, which is why I couldn't really remember it. It's the most expensive revised card that we had here. 77 cents. It's worthless. Right? So, well, we're going to go ahead and add that to a collection. We're going to add it to the revised collection. Right? Let's go ahead and see what's next. So, fourth edition, have a lot of them. What's kind of changed? So, control magic's gone up. Uh, or control. Is it control magic? Yeah, control magic. Blue elemental blast has gone up a little bit. Forest has gone up. A couple other cards. Not a whole lot of big changes here. I mean, it's only been like a week or two. A week. Couple things that have gone down. Red Elemental Blast went way down. Goblin King went way down, like $1 down. Armageddon's gone down. Um, yeah, quite a few cards down a bit. Um, even Dark Rituals down. So, and I mean, just to give you an idea, so that set overall is down $8. So, yeah, revised is up, fourth edition's down. Maybe they're closing the gap between the two, which I find a little bit weird because fourth edition just looks better. It really does. Um, I'm a little bit annoyed because we are going to end up with a lot of cards here. I might just try to really quickly uh, do a quick sort on these because otherwise, like, we're just going to end up scanning the same cards like 5 times. Actually, that's an Ice Age. What's an Ice Age card doing in there? Because I'm just these are all like cheap cards, I'm sure. Um, but like that's the third Erg Rider I've seen. The second Raised Dead. I've seen a whole bunch of Grizzlies. Blue. That counter spell's probably worth something. Uh, another counters. Yeah, I thought I remembered. I'd seen a couple counter spells in here. There's like the fourth Erg Rider, another Pestilence. So let's just look through and see if I could kind of get these a little bit more in order. So like there's all four of our Erg Riders together. Uh, there's another Raised Dead. I think I had another Raised Dead back here. Yeah, Raised Dead all the way in the back. I saw another Paralyze. Yeah. Parallels goes with that one. Do I have multiple frozen deads? I have a lost soul up here. Pestilence. Yep, lost soul. Do I have another vampire bat? Frozen shade. Okay. I think that's relatively sorted. Let's just look really quickly at green. So I have a lot of green also. So like grizzly bear. I think I have a lot of grizzly bears. Like there's another grizzly bear. 3 life forces now. I want to say that's another card I saw a bunch of. Uh, Sandstorm. War Mammoth? Did I have multiple War Mammoths? Yeah. Do have multiple War Mammoths. Oh my, there's another Nath's Asp. Another one. I know I have multiple Wonderlust. I think I had that Gypsy again. I know I had that one. I know I had Regeneration. There's another Regeneration. There's another Dryad. 2 Marsh Vipers together. And another Regeneration. I guess I didn't have the Gypsies again. Okay. I think we're close enough. Didn't have a whole lot of red. So I only have like 4 red cards here. I have a few blue cards, but not enough that I can't just sort those. The white cards were good. Okay. Cool. So we got those all sorted. Which I think that was our biggest set, so it's just a pain, especially when you have to change what am I doing? It is revised or 4th edition. But this vampire bat is not 5th edition. It's 4th edition. Wall of Shadows. Is apparently a Chronicles card. Yep. Is Chronicles. Let's delete that because we don't want to add it to our 4th edition cards. We want to add it to our Chronicles cards. Lost Soul is not 6th edition. Or at least this Lost Soul is not. That's correct. That's 4th edition. Frozen Shadow. 2 copies, 4th edition. Drain Life, 4th edition. Which is funny because that used to be a very competitive card um, for a lot of decks. Especially if you used a Necropotence and Drain Life, right? Because you're gaining life, and then you can use that with Necropotence to draw cards. Um, I don't think if we've seen Uncle Istvan. Apparently, it's not a card that's worth anything. Huh. It's a 1/3. All damage done to Uncle Istvan by creatures is reduced to 0. So it's just like he's immune to creature damage. I guess. Like, I mean that's actually like kind of decent in a weird way. Um, because like I think that would that also include like creature abilities? Although I guess like a creature ability that exiled him would still exile him. So it's not like protection from blue or something. It, like where like an exile card, it's a blue card, just wouldn't work. Um, or at least I assume it wouldn't. I don't really know enough about maybe how that works to really be able to say like, hey, can like let's say I have protection from white. Does Armageddon like Armageddon doesn't target a creature, right? Or like if you have a creature wipe, like a board wipe type card that doesn't target a specific creature, does it work? No, I do not want to stop casting my spirit. Grizzly bear, two, three, four, five. Five grizzly bears. I wouldn't be that surprised. So this is all, or like, I guess not all of this because I added some stuff to the top that was more recent. Um, but a lot of this like is more recent cards. Like even the stuff that I was sorting through before. Um, like not the stuff that was I want to say today, but not the stuff from a few hours ago that was from like the 2024 card holo. But the other cards I was sorting were from like uh, maybe just before COVID or something. Uh, oh look, that's another Chronicles card. You know, anthologies. What does the anthologies look like? The hell? Okay. Something to something. Yeah. It's not the same card. It doesn't have the all rights reserved. This is like 1993 to 1998. Uh, yeah. So that's not a anthologies card. Fog, kind of a great card to counter somebody who has like a one like turn card. that's going to like win them the game, but then it can't win the game because like it relies on creature damage. Unfortunately, it's common and was reprinted in a whole bunch of different sets. So honestly, like there's a lot of people that are like trying to like hold on to cards as like an investment. But I feel like they look at the wrong thing. Like you can't predict magic like not even the people running Hasbro, right? Know what magic is going to look like in 5 or 10 years. They just don't. Like like they don't know. Like if you ask them, are you guys going to print the reserved list in the next 5 years? I don't think you're going to get a straight answer from them just on something as simple as that. If they don't know whether they're going to reprint the reserve list in the next 5 years, like if you were like, hey, will you commit to not printing the reserve list in the next 5 years? Right? I don't think they'd be willing to say that, which means they don't know if they're going to print it in the next 5 years or not. Right? If they don't even know whether they're going to print the reserve list in the next 5 years or not, how do they know what like what are we going to see with Magic in the next 5 years? Like what's it going to look like? Right? We have Counterspell, $1.70 card. Right? 2 copies of it. That's kind of nice to have something that's worth something in here. Um, that might be the last thing though. But yeah, anyway, like I don't see how you can say that you're going to invest in like a magic card based on it being good. Um, like, ooh, I'm investing in like, you know, in like I don't know the newer cards well enough to really be able to even tell you what's like decent, but like I'm sure there's some lightning bolts, like a 10th edition lightning bolt. Like I'm going to invest in a 10th edition lightning bolt, right? Because they're like, 50 cents less than a, revised or 4th edition lightning bolt or like dollars less than unlimited lightning bolt. And that's going to be a card that's going to go up in price. Well, you don't know that because you don't know how many Magic the Gathering cards like are they going to print more lightning bolts, right? Like if they decide to print, you know, 10 million common lightning bolts, next year, does like a 10th edition, I don't even know if there is 10th edition lightning bolt, but does that hold up in price, right? Or does it go down? So another $13 worth of 4th edition cards. Uh, we're going to go ahead and look at 5th edition now. Uh, really quickly look and see. Like I do have 2 copies of Bog Rats, 3 copies of Bog Rats. That could be kind of annoying. There's the Pratish Gypsies. Sure, I'll have some other ones, but whatever. Um, but yeah, like if you don't know, like in that card, yeah. So 6th edition has a set symbol on it. So this is definitely 5th edition. Um, like you don't know what's going to go on with Magic. You can't know what's going to go on with Magic because people in charge of Magic that are the people who would best know what's going to go happen with Magic, they don't know. So, uh, all depends on, how's Hasbro doing? How's the stock market doing? How's the, how are people buying, are sales down? Do they need a whole bunch of cash? Like, um, now this is interesting. Okay, that's because that's a 4th edition card. Oopsie. So we're going to put that to the back over here and say, hey, guess what? I have one more 4th edition card to add. Um, that's really annoying. Um, now I'll tell you what will probably retain its price is, alpha, beta, unlimited. It would, it probably still go up in price. All of that stuff. The older cards, I think are going to hold their price and go up. And I think it's just a matter of, from a collection standpoint, right? Like, they're just rare. The other thing you might be able to find is like are promo cards going to go up? Probably promo cards will go up. Like anything that's like, hey, this is collectible. Like there's not more of these out there. Like, if you're going to get this because, right, because you want something that's, you know, collectible and rare, then you're going to get it because it's collectible and rare. You're like even if Magic the Gathering, like, yeah, I'm not sure Black Lotus holds its value if Magic the Gathering dies. Um, Black Lotus prices have fluctuated a bit anyway. Um, and so like Magic the Gathering being alive certainly has some benefit towards increasing prices. Um, but I don't think investing a card because like this card's useful for certain decks and stuff. Uh, I just don't think it's worth it. Um, I think if you wanted an investment, it's going to be in old cards. They're like, hey, someone, even if Magic the Gathering dies, this is going to have a base price just because someone out there is going to sit down and say, hey, you know what? Magic the Gathering prices aren't going to go down any further. Like the game's dead or whatever, right? Um, and I want the full set, right? And so I'm going to sit down and I'm going to buy the full set. Like if I could buy, you know, Power 9 for a couple $1,000 or whatever, like, or if I could just buy the full unlimited set for a couple $1,000, I probably would. Um, just because it would be cool to have. That was interesting. That Pradish Gypsies, I guess, isn't listed on 5th edition. That's kind of weird. We saw some of those with the foreign black borders. Um, I am not going to assume that that card is worth something though, because we know the 4th edition wasn't. Let me go ahead and add these to 5th. Where did my 5th edition go? Yeah, 4th, 5th. And then we're going to scan this sandstorm, which is a 4th edition card. I'm going to add that one to a 4th edition. And then I think these counter spells, yeah, those were 4th edition. So if we put them with those, then we have our 4th edition there. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Mirage next. Man, I have foreign cards here too. We're just going to say that they're Mirage cards because Mirage already has the black border. So I don't think anybody's going to like necessarily pay more. Like, yes, there's probably some people that would prefer it in a foreign language, just to mess with their opponents. There's also going to be people that are going to be like, I definitely do not want it in a foreign language, because you know, I don't have confidence that I can memorize the card myself. And so I would probably screw myself over more than my opponents. Um, yeah, we have 2 of that card. Yeah, I probably should have looked at the lands I had. I have 2 of that island. So none of our Mirage lands were worth anything. I want to say that there was one of them that was worth something. Um, actually going to go ahead and move these over here just so they're kind of in the camera a little bit. Charm. It's an uncommon card. Like I was saying, I'm going to be a little bit surprised if any of these are worth anything. If they are, they're probably going to be towards the top of these groups because that's the stuff that I had kind of put back on the top. Um, okay. So we're going to go ahead and add this. $5 worth of cards. Uh, where's my Mirage? There it is. 16 cards. Not bad for 16 cards, right? Like, definitely could be worse. Um, but like, none of them were over $1. Deadly insect. I don't know why, but I feel like Deadly Insect used to be a decent card. So it's a 5 mana 6/1. Cannot be the target of spells or effects. Um, I feel like there used to be like maybe some really like common like combo with that where you'd get like I don't know, maybe it was like a haste flying on it or something, and suddenly it became like hey, I deal 6 damage to you, and there's not really a whole lot you can do about it because like if they don't have like flying something to counter flying, and since they can't counter it with any spells or effects, right? It just kind of comes out and then can deal 6 damage. Um, and then like the next turn, like potentially they still don't have something to deal with it. Primitive Justice. I mean, 30 cents. Woohoo. Actually have 3 of these. Yep. So another $3.43. Almost 20 cards though. So and nothing was worth anything. Like get that to Alliance. I just don't think there's going to be so Stronghold. Or yeah, Stronghold, Wall of Souls. The first guy. I mean, 49 cents. I mean, at least we're starting like mid. But then, of course, we go straight into a 13-cent card and then a 14-cent card. So, and I'm pretty sure Mind Peel is not worth anything, especially considering I have two of them. Wall of Razors. I think I've yet to see a wall that was worth anything. Mob Justice. I mean, 56 cents. So, I mean, that's actually maybe used to be decent. It deals. So, Mob Justice deals 1 damage to target player for each creature you control. There you go. There's something. Primal Rage. So, we do have one good card. All creatures you control gain trample, and it's an enchantment. So, that's actually a pretty nice. Yeah, I can see that being you know, it's a 1 colorless, 1 green enchantment that gives all your creatures trample. Like, that's pretty useful. Honestly, I'm surprised I did not have that in my elf deck. So we've had. So that's our third card that's worth something. You know, gets these up to a little bit more expensive. So there's our Primal Rage. So it's not atrocious. Maybe we keep on going. I saw Portal there. I only have 6 Portal cards. So let's see if any of them are decent. Sin Bureaucrats. Roots. So uncommon worth 13 cents. We know Labyrinth. Minotaur's not. And for some reason was reprinted in 5th edition. $0.95. I mean, yeah. All white creatures gain Planeswalk. Only one problem with that. It costs a whopping 6 mana. 6 mana to give all your white creatures Planeswalk. Still, uh, honestly, a little bit better than I thought we would get. I mean, we got one card that's almost $1. Um, go Visions next. Heat Wave. Yeah, 2 uncommon cards. It's always kind of nice. From my perspective, I kind of like uh I like getting more cards. Um, just because someday I'd kind of like to have the full set. Sawtooth Ogre. Vizoa. Huh. It's a flying 2/2 for 4 mana. As a skip your next untap phase. Then a Vizoa gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Use this ability only once each turn. It's a rare, but which I don't know why. I'm more excited about the stupid uncommons because I'm like, ooh, an uncommon. But anytime I pull a rare that's not worth $1, I'm kind of disappointed that it's not worth $1. So, boy, what did Homelands even look like? Hopefully, one of those sets wasn't Homelands. I'd be disappointed if it was. Um, this is a Legends, but it's a foreign. Huh. What the? So is it a Renaissance? Yeah. Hmm. I mean, that actually does show a foreign card there. It's just not this foreign card. So, that's interesting. I'm not really sure where to add that. Maybe just the foreign black border cards, I think, for now. Okay, what do we still have left? We have Tempest. We have the Dark. Uh, Fallen Empires, Chronicles, and Ice Age. Go ahead and get the Dark out of the way. Look at that. So if it was the Dark Italian, it would have nothing. If it was the Dark Renaissance, yeah, it would be another foreign card. A fourth edition, the Dark Flood, is only 7 cents. But that is $2.36. Just goes to show that there's some cards that, you know, it's these illustrated 1994. Because I think that was printed in between Unlimited and Revised. I think is what it is. Um, add to collection. Do I even have the Dark? I don't know. Like, where did I put the Dark cards? You put them with the unlimiteds? No. I might just not put them with anything. I think I'm going to put that over with my unlimited cards for now. Okay. So Tempest. I maybe have a shot here with one of these lands. Maybe was there a swamp that was worth something? I guess not. Okay. There's some weird cards. Dream Cash. I don't know if we've seen that one before. What even is Dream Cash? Draw 3 cards, choose 2 cards from your hand, and put both on either the top or the bottom of your library. Huh. That doesn't seem bad at all. Rootwater Shaman is rare. Firefly. I want to say this was mixed in with my Fallen Empires. Oh, that's the next big set that I have is Fallen Empires. And I do feel like I have multiples of some cards here. Like I knew I had more than one deep spawn. Breeding Pit? Yeah, Goblin Grenade was actually a pretty decent card. Sacrifice a goblin to have Goblin Grenade deal 5 damage to one target. That's who it is. It's not Randy, it's Rudy. Let me tell you. I have stories about Randy. uh, Sometimes there's stuff that comes up about work where we'll just say, have you ever met one of those people who like they always have an excuse for something and like at first it's not even like if you're going to lie about something, like normally you'd be like, keep it simple. Like the simpler the lie, right? The easier it is to like keep your stuff straight. But like also like there's some stuff like no one's going to believe that you're lying about something if it's like weird enough. Um, like you'll never believe what happened. I had this long string of things happened to me. And I can't, like people are going to be like, wow, that's terrible. Like, yeah, I believe you. Um, you know, because like, why would you like, why would you tell like such a complicated story if it wasn't the truth? Um, I don't know. I don't know if this guy was ever lying about stuff. Like, I think it was stuff that happened to him. Like, he'd tell these like long, complicated stories, but it was like sometimes it was about like, well, you never believe I was with so and so, and their father, had a heart attack. And it's like, okay, so yesterday you were with so and so, and their father had a heart attack, so you can't do blah 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 today because this other person's family member had an emergency. So it didn't happen to you. It didn't even happen to the person you were with. It happened to their family member, right? Like, a lot of times I think it was a reason, right? Like, oh, what am I going to tell them this time? Well, you know what? That happened yesterday. I'll just tell them about that. Um, and you know what? To be honest, I've done the same thing at times. Oh, you know what? I just can't you know, I was up super late last night, you know, but you know, don't say why I was up late last night, right? Or something like that where it's like it's not actually a good excuse. You're just making it sound like it's you know, but yeah, this guy would come up with it was always something. Um, Rare card, only 66 cents though. Man, I wish those were. This one might be a Hollow Trees. Yeah, that's $1.28. I was going to say, I remember that some of these storage cards, right? That's what made it so funny. Is right, like Rudy was pulling out he pulled out like 10 goblin grenades. How much is goblin grenade? 42 cents, right? But like Hollow Trees or a card like that where it's like $1 something, like Dwarven Armor. I mean, that's actually $3.20. That might be one of the better cards from Fallen Empires. And I think of that as a card we picked up. Is that a card we picked up this year, maybe? Maybe not. That might not have been. Because I sorted these. Man, I don't know what I'm thinking on the it's getting late at night, so okay. So Fallen Empires, $16.82. we had 42 cards. So I think that's the most expensive card we've had tonight. Dwarven Armor. Doesn't even seem like that great a card. So it's a fire, one fire for 0/2, and then you use another red mana and tap it. Discard a card from your hand to put either a +0/+1 or a +1/+0 counter on a target creature. I mean, hmm. I don't know. I just don't know how that like why is that a $3 card? Like I think there's cards that like tap, sacrifice a creature, put +1/+1 or something, or discard a card. You know, it's other things that maybe are better. I don't know. Hollow Trees comes into play tap. You may choose not to untap Hollow Trees during your untap phase, and instead put a storage counter on it. Tap it, remove any number of storage counters from Hollow Trees. For each storage counter removed, add green to your mana pool. Right? So it's a card that lets you it's basically a land card that you don't tap, and then you get to collect additional mana every turn. Um Maybe this is up at the top, yeah. Tempest and Fallen Empires. Um if it came into play untapped, like a normal land, I think it would probably be worth a whole bunch. What is this? This is Chronicles. Yep. Chronicles. Not that one. It's Chronicles. No, it's not. That actually is anthologies. Interesting. Well, I kind of want to delete that now. Although now I kind of want to go through all of my Chronicles cards and see if did I accidentally put any in that were actually anthologies instead of Chronicles. Land's Edge. We've got another dollar card. So any player may choose and discard a card from his or her hand at any time. If a player discards a land, the Land's Edge deals 2 damage to target player of that player's choice. Huh. It's an Enchant World card. Well, I'm going to put that to the side. The Anthologies card, because I don't have a spot that I've put any of those yet. Ice Age? Let's have a lava burst in an Ice Age. Hot Springs, a rare card. When Hot Springs comes into play, choose target land you control. For 0 mana, Hot Springs enchants, or tap land Hot Spring enchants to prevent 1 damage to any creature or player. That's two, 1 colorless, 1 green. Earlier, I think in the last stream, I was talking about albino cards. So one thing you have to kind of watch out for is uh, a sun faded card kind of looks like it's an albino card. And so people have done that before where they'll leave cards outside. Or not outside, but like in a window in order to sun fade them, right? And then try to claim that they're albino card. Um, and the way to tell, like the big thing with that that makes it kind of obvious is the blues don't disappear in the card, like or not as much. And so they'll try to claim it's like, well, no reds and yellows or whatever, or greens, whatever the other colors are, got printed. It was just blue that got printed. Well, blue is more resistant, like the blue ink that they used was more resistant to the sun. And so it's the last card, the last color to fade. It's funny, I keep on getting just a lot of like reflection, and then it causes the camera to kind of fade away. So, well, we found a few cards: Dwarven Armor, Hollow Trees, Land's Edge. What else? Erosion, Primal Rage, and 2 counter spells. We do need to add this to the Ice Age set. Should be down near the bottom. Yep. Let's go ahead and scan the rares, because I don't think the rares will be worth anything. Yeah. Like even that one, which I was kind of hoping. Yeah. Because it's kind of cool that it doesn't have a border. Uh, even that's. So I think these are all ones that were donated this year. Right? So just like a month or so ago. So unless one of these have jumped up in price because of Bloomborough, Nomad Assembly is 52 cents. Like, or you know, always possible that somebody accidentally donated one of them, but nope. See, bunch of rares, $2.28. Let's add that to the rare mythic box. Um, yeah, just five, six, seven, 8 rares for $2.28. So not even 30 cents a piece. Um, yeah. So that's what we have for this stream. I think we have now kind of gone through all of the old stuff. Um, so next up is like 6th through maybe like 9th or 10th edition or something. Like all those sets. So we have quite a few sets to go through next. Anyway, we'll go ahead and call it into this stream, and I'll probably be back later. Well, I want to say later tomorrow, but it'll actually be later today for me since I'm on East Coast time.